Thomas Mogensen. Number 3, Mats Christiansen. Number 8.
Well, hello and welcome to semi-finals day here at the 2012 Men's European Handball Championships. My name's Paul Bray. Thanks for joining us again at the Belgrade Arena as we see scenes of this beautiful city of Belgrade. Well, later today, Serbia will hold its breath as the hosts take on the Balkan neighbours, Croatia, in the second semi-final. But coming up right now, it's the first of the semi-finals. Denmark against Spain. Denmark, who entered the main round with 0 points, have pulled off an improbable recovery, winning all their main round matches against Macedonia, Germany and Sweden, whilst the Germans squandered their chances to finish second in the group. Spain, on the other hand, are the only undefeated team in the competition. They have qualified effortlessly with just a small hiccup in the preliminary round when they drew with Hungary, but otherwise they've won in style against France, Russia, before sweeping through the main round with wins over Croatia, Iceland and Slovenia. Well, earlier today, as you can see there, Macedonia beat Slovenia for 5th place, and that was significant because 5th place guarantees them a spot in the London 2012 Olympic qualifying tournaments. For Slovenia, their only way back into that qualifying tournament is if the Serbs win today and also win the final. Well, the Danes will be hoping that their late-found form will carry them to their second European title. As we have the referees being introduced to us, Nenad Kristic and Petar Ljubic from Slovenia, keeping that Balkan theme running here. Well, despite the Danes beating Spain at both Euro 2010 and the semi-finals of last year's World Championships in Sweden, it's Spain who won the last encounter between these two teams, 29-26 at the Super Cup in November. Will that be enough to psychologically carry them through this next game? We'll have to wait and find out, but now we have the national anthems, starting with Denmark. A focused, almost somber-looking team, one might say. Now we shall have the anthem of Spain. Well, the anthem's over, and the teams will wheel around for the traditional shaking of hands. And already tossed the coins beforehand. Let's have a look then at the lineups, starting with Denmark, and a strong back line, it has to be said, but Mikkel Hansen is now firing on all cylinders, which is great news. The Toft Hansen brothers have been strong on the line, but the wingers have been particularly outstanding. Eggert and Lindberg hitting them on the break, and there is Mikkel Hansen, 32 goals, 50% success rate. Started slowly, but he is up and running now, and is beginning to be a real threat. Team for Spain, on the other hand, Hombrados in great form in goal, and they will be relying also on Canielas being strong at the back, and also Alberto Entre Rios is to become more of the goal scorer rather than the provider, but they too have great wingers. 25 goals for Canielas so far, with a 76% shot efficiency, which is outstanding, 7 of those coming from the penalty line. So the introductions are over. There is the coach, Ulrik Wilbæk, for Denmark. He used to coach the women's team some years ago, took them to all kinds of success, then retired and got called back out of retirement when the men were in a bit of a doldrum. And he's pulled them back up again. Of course, they were silver medalists at the World Championships last year. They were European champions in 2008. Spain have never won the European Championships, despite 5 semi-final appearances. There is the coach, Valero Rivera. Did make it through to 3 finals, but lost all 3. 96 to Russia, 98 to Sweden, and 2006 to France. And although Denmark won it in 2008, it's not that long ago, but in fact only 5 of the players from that team survived from the historic win in Lillehammer. Landin is not one of them. And for that matter, neither was Hansen at the time. So this should be an intriguing encounter between 2 teams who've had contrasting runs here. The Danes, who've really pulled off a Houdini act to make it through to the semi-finals, while Spain have cruised imperially into this semi-final. But the danger is for the Spaniards is that they've hit form just when it counts. Their captain, number 9, just disappearing into the bottom of the picture, will start on the left wing. Lars Christiansen, nearly 40 years of age, 326 caps, 1,475 goals. Here we go then, Denmark in the white shirts and the red shorts, throw off, playing from right to left against Spain today in the black strip with orange flash on the shoulders. They start up with a very deep defence, trying to push the back line as far as they can. Hansen at the left back, Bo Spelleberg in the centre, and Søndergaard is at right back. Tries to drive through, blocked early on. And a yellow card given very early for Roberto García Parrondo. Søndergaard. Hansen slipped into the centre now. Toft is free, puts it over the top. Nothing, say the referees. He's been so reliable, 67% success rate on his shooting. René Toft Hansen, his younger brother Henrik Toft Hansen, both play on the line at AG Copenhagen. Selected belatedly because after Denmark had already lost Jesper Nødesborg, who would probably have been a first-choice line plays from Barcelona. Then also lost Michael Knudsen with an injury in their preparation match against Slovenia. And so a late call-up to have the 2 brothers working together on the line. And of course, rarely on court at the same time. Great first save by Landin in goal. Wilbæk, who's been in charge since the World Championships in 2005, when Denmark finished a lowly 13th, 2 years under his control, and they walked off with a bronze medal in Germany in 2007. Hansen holding, he says no, but I'm afraid he was, and Kasper Nielsen's got himself a yellow card as well now. Specialist defender who plays for Bjerringbro. Free throw again. And of course, it's time for the Spaniards, they feel, to get revenge for that semi-final defeat last year in Sweden at the World Championships. Denmark winning 28-24, then going on to lose the final to France after extra time. Heartbreaking for them. Good long shot, but I'm afraid they couldn't break down the defence, and those kind of long shots Landin will pick off comfortably. Back come Denmark as Bo Spellerberg under a lot of pressure from Garcia Parondo. Well, Toft Hansen's not only been good on the line, he's coming out now, but he's actually been an excellent defender in this competition. Hansen cuts back to the centre. Bo Spellerberg. Søndergaard tries to flatten the defence into the side netting. He's fouled. Well, no. Too many steps, they say. And the ball goes to Spain. Spain, who some observers say probably have the best defence in the job, as Moros, the defence specialist and controller in the centre, comes off and makes way for Julen Aguinagalde, the Atletico Madrid line player, to go in. He'll loiter in front of Gurbindo for a while at right back before shifting. Here he comes out and drops back in. Little double-handed shot, saved by Landin. Took it off the post and a long pass. Lindberg, opening goal. Lindberg take a 1-0 lead. It's taken a while, 3.5 minutes. But then these are two of the best defences around. Sarmiento starting on the line, finds the line. It's gone in. Aguinagalde makes his way off. And back come the Danes at the moment, still with Mads Christiansen, the defence specialist at right back. He's got his chance now with the break in play. He'll go off and make way for Søndergaard, number 22, to come in, the 30-year-old from Skjern. 12 goals so far in the competition for the right back. Bo Spellerberg, on the other hand, the playmaker, number 13 at the right of the picture, called in late. He was injured, had a groin injury, wasn't named in the original lineup for the Euros, but with the back line misfiring early on, got called in as extra replacement. Lars Christiansen straight into Sierra, who started in goal today. Gurbindo, no way through into the line. Inside the area, say the referees, no foul. Moros, and a mistake by the Danes, and they paid the price. Garcia Parondo. And he was off balance as well. And I'm afraid Landin could only blame himself for that one. 2-1 to Spain early on here. Still this very deep defence. You could call it a 3-2-1 at times. The number 2 players do push up, but that said, with Garcia Parondo being so far forwards, I'm not sure it is anymore, because the 3-2-1 depends on that relationship between, especially the triangle in the centre. Oh. Free throw, the foul on Bo Spellerberg, the 32-year-old who plays for Kolding. 4 World Championships, 3 Europeans, and an Olympic game under his belt. First shot by Hansen, comes off on the rebound. Sierra saves it, but Toft Hansen puts it away. 2-2. Well, not a great shot by Hansen, but luckily for him, Sierra couldn't hold it. And so coming up to 6 minutes played in this first semi-final of the day. It's all square here, 2-2 early on. Still testing each other out. Sarmiento, quick player, he'll look for the gaps. Oh, and a 2-minute suspension. Kasper Nielsen already on a yellow card. Gets his marching orders. 36-year-old who plays for Bjerringbro. Been with the squad for a long time, 163 caps, but missed the 2008 final when Denmark won the European Championships. That's outside. There he is, with a hernia. So ironically, he missed the high point of Danish handball, hoping maybe that they can do it again here. So change at the back line, trying to inject a bit of pace now. Mogensen comes in at right back, and the young 20-year-old Rasmus Lauger in the centre. 17 caps only, a relative newcomer, but boy has he impressed, the number 8 for Denmark. Drops into the left-back position. Hansen, not afraid to take shots. Fouled, ironically. If Garcia Parondo had let him go, he had virtually no options to pass the ball to. Hansen still waits in the middle as Lauger has now shifted to the left. Oh, Hansen's given it away. Under pressure, Raúl Entre Rios literally came up and almost got fed the ball. Denmark still short-handed as Aguinagalde slots back in the change with Moros. All the way through. No one to stop Gurbindo. That was too simple for the 24-year-old from Valladolid. That was nice. Gifted. So 3-2 to Spain. Still some 20 seconds or so before Denmark are back to full strength. Lauga into Mogensen. Back again. Good defense by Spain. They've got to spread it, Denmark, at the moment. They're getting bogged down in the center. Toft comes out to try and help, but Garcia Parondo is a thorn in their side. Hansen in the end takes a long-range shot. Is in Mogensen, I beg your pardon. Speculative more than anything else, but it goes in. Hansen feeds the ball, rather. Spotting that Thierry had probably just shifted too far to the post. And Wilbeck relieved, but at the moment the Danes are not breaking down the Spanish defense by any means. Gurbindo tries to go through, shot down the middle. No luck though for Raúl Entre Rios. And the Danes may have the Toft Hansen brothers, but the Spaniards have the Entre Rios brothers. Alberto is number 2. Raúl is number 9. Both play at the back. And both are opponents during the season, with Alberto Entre Rios playing for Atletico Madrid and his younger brother Raúl for Barcelona. Arch rivals. And a poor pass over the top of Mogensen. And Denmark really looking not particularly settled here. They are back to full strength at least. 9 minutes played in this semi-final. And the next semi-final should be a really juicy affair, as Balkan neighbours Croatia and Serbia face up to each other. Sarmiento calls the move. Raúl Entre Rios taking his time building up. Drives all the way through, and the defence caught napping Toft Hansen. And Mogensen not closing the door, and once more the initiative goes back to Spain. Hansen, Mogensen, great defending by Spain early on here. They're putting up a wall in front of the Danes, who are just looking completely unsettled. Every time the ball reaches anyone, they've got someone right on top of them in defence. Certainly helps that for the first time at these championships, they've pretty much had a day's rest in between every match. The only difference being for Group 2, which ironically was Spain's group. Free throw. And we've got a yellow card as Raúl Entre Rios, a 30-year-old, gets up, and this is why. Hanging on to Spelleberg all the way around. Penalty to be taken by Lars Christiansen. Easy decision for the Slovenian referee. Sierra comes a long way forwards. Brilliant play, dummied the lob. Sierra was not having it. I'm not going to move, you make the first move. Dummy's there, no. And he offered him that side as well. He lifted his right leg there, said shoot the other side on the standing leg, but he reached down. Clever play. 10-minute mark is past now in the game, still in play. Garcia Parondo, Gurbindo. Good height. Sarmiento tries to drive through into the wing. Garcia Parondo goes wide. Nothing, say the referees. Hansen, Mogensen, they just can't find space at the back. It's Spelleberg moving into the left-back position. He'll come into the centre. Mogensen, who plays for Flensburg in the German Bundesliga, coming in now. Runs in behind to try and flatten the defence a little bit. Hansen, Spelleberg, nearly through. Goes wide. Goalkeeper's throw. No rhythm at all to the Danish attack just now, I'm afraid, for them. Oh, saved, it's out, stay the referees, didn't cross the line completely. Mogensen again. Oh, soft effort by him. One of the other options they've got is to try and bring in Markussen, the huge 2 meters and 12 left back from Atletico Madrid, Denmark, the 23-year-old new to the Danish team. The only problem is he's really had a rather lackluster start to his first major competition, scoring just 5 goals with a 29% success rate. But at least for Valero Rivera, things are going well. Took over from Juan Carlos Pastor, long-time coach of the Spanish team. Third at the World Championships last year, after losing that semi-final to Denmark. Landing still trying to keep his mind focused, but so far 43% save rate for him. Hansen, though, is not having a good time with his shooting. Well, for Sierra, well, things are going very well at the moment. Sierra, who was sidelined, really, when Arpad Sterbik, Serbian goalkeeper, who's been playing his club handball in Spain for some time, got naturalized Spanish. He played at the World Championships last year alongside Hombrados, and it meant Sierra missed out. But with Arpad Sterbik being injured, it's meant another chance for Jose Sierra, the Valladolid keeper. He's done really well. Penalty. Good play by Gurbindo, who started well here today. 24-year-old, also from Valladolid, comes around, finds a gap, and they're really exploiting Toft Hansen, who's struggling to close that gap. There he is again. It's Moensen and Toft Hansen is the combination that they're attacking most often. Romero to take it. Nicely done, puts it underneath Landin. And Iker Romero, who's taken most of Spain's penalties. Landin thought he wanted to close the gap there, but couldn't get to it. And so now a 5-3 lead for Spain, who've made the better start here in Belgrade. Spell about Hansen. He's starting from so far back. They can't flatten the defense enough, though. García Parrondo puts a shot in, it goes down the middle, and now there's a breakout by Spain. They're free on the wing. Didn't need it. Great play by Moros. Looked up to the left wing. They thought that's where the ball was going. But in fact, García didn't receive the ball. Moros finished it, and team timeout called by Denmark. And no wonder that the Spaniards punched the air. Moros, look at him. Their defense is looking impeccable at the moment. Great depth, great movement across the goal. Even the wingers can't get free. Denmark are going to start spreading it quicker into the wings. They're not doing that at the moment, and it's costing them. 30% success rate only now for Denmark with their shooting, while the Spaniards are on 50%. But Tierra, the goalkeeper, being made to look pretty good now with a 63% save rate. Landin has now dropped down to 33%. Denmark really have good wingers, and they've got to try and pull the wings in. The problem for them is they also like fast breaks, but the Spaniards attack, well, they are concluding them so well that the Danes are just not having a chance to go on the attack. And Spain know that. They know that the Danes love fast breaks, and they've got to make every attack count, and their tactics at the moment are absolutely spot on, both in attack and in defense. Well, it's their 6th semi-final, Spain. Lost 2, won 3, but then, of course, went on to lose all 3 finals when they did finally win them. Falling victim to Russia, then Sweden, then France in 2006 in Switzerland was their last outing in the final match. So team timeout, but no change on court, exactly the same lineup. For Spellebert. He's managed to flatten the defense this time. That was better. It brought in Hansen behind him, but the shot wasn't great, unfortunately. Lars Christiansen comes in. They've upped the tempo a little bit. They know they've got to do that. Looks for the line with a back pass. It's ill-advised. It goes wide, and now Sarmiento brings it up. Into the wing. García. And Spain are all over Denmark at the moment. Great score by Juan García, the 34-year-old Barcelona winger, another one of their hugely experienced players. 194 caps, 792 goals. In fact, if you add on the ones from Euro 2012, he's past the 800 mark now. 7-3, in fact, the score. Denmark have already suffered 5 turnovers. Mortensen drives into the line, stays there and gets service. They needed that. Haven't scored for 6 minutes, but more to the point, they've conceded 4 goals during that time. Wilbeck looking rather downbeat, I have to say, on the line. It's Alberto Entrerios, incidentally, the older brother who's now taken over. Here he comes at left back from Raúl Entrerios. Entrerios, dummy, too many steps though. Denmark have a chance to break out. There's still only 3 behind, it's not dramatic, but again, Hansen has a bit of space. Mortensen can't get the ball into the wing. Very solid defending, and we've got a yellow card for Moros. Occupational hazard, I'm afraid, for the defense specialist. Into the wing, poor pass though. Lars Christensen can do nothing about it except scoop it off the floor. Lauger has come back into the frame in place of Bo Spelleberg. Lauger, he's got a good shot on him as well. Looks to the line, Toft Hansen, that's more like it. They're trying to pull the defense around. They're using Hansen to drive one way first and try and take an extra defender if you can. Well, a rather disconsolate look there by Gurbindo as Toft Hansen scores. In fact, it's Henrik Toft Hansen now who's on the line. They look so like the younger of the 2 brothers. So Ugalde has gone into the left wing for Spain, so change at both left back and left wing now. While Makeda has replaced Gurbindo at right back. Attacking foul, runs straight into the defence. Good block by Lindberg, who got there quick. Hansen looks up, Lindberg gets no service, and the Spaniards know the danger, coming back quickly, but Mortensen's gone right through.
Goal Denmark, his 3rd personal goal this evening. Player number 2, Thomas Mogensen.
Great play by him, and a run of 3 goals by Denmark brings them back to within 1. And Wilbeck still not looking too relaxed, I'm afraid, on the bench, as Bo Spelleberg looks positively disconsolate in the background. He's taken a bit of a knock, Mortensen, scoring his 3rd goal. Sierra comes over for a chat with Hombrados, 39-year-old goalkeeper. Both have had good competitions, although on stats at least, Sierra outperforming Hombrados, his older and more experienced colleague. Makeda. Entrerios thinks about it, but Aguinagalde can't get free. It's going to be a free throw. They've also changed the right wing, incidentally, now, Spain. They've got Thomas and Ugalde on the wings. Makeda. Oh, Landon got a hand to it, but could only deflect it onwards into his own goal. And the Danes going a little bit too quick. And the change. To bring the ball back, and on they go. 8-6 to Spain. Lauger. Oh, well, I did say earlier on, the 20-year-old is not shy of shooting, and he proves it there. What a great addition he is. Just 17 caps, 15 goals coming into this. Wouldn't have suspected that he was someone to be too worried about, but you're wrong. 10 goals tell you he's wrong. And he's got 1 there as well. Back to within 1, 19th minute of play here in this first semi-final of Euro 2012 in Serbia. Ball nearly lost. Sarmiento recovers. Play on, say the referees, as Entrerios stays in the centre for the moment. Tries the shot, but held up comfortably by Toft Hansen, who picks up a yellow card. He joins Nielsen in the bad books of the referee. Another free throw. Oh, surprised Sarmiento took it quick, just saw the gap in the defence. And the Barcelona playmaker goes through. Lauga again and inside. Sierra left the inside post free. Great play by the Bjerringbro back player. Sierra read it, but far too late to do anything about it, unfortunately for him. And still Denmark 1 goal away. They're attacking better now, Denmark. They're beginning to find solutions. They've upped the tempo, which certainly helps. At the beginning, they looked woefully slow in front of a very mobile Spanish defence. Sarmiento again, and they haven't heeded the warning. Kasper Nielsen goes out, but doesn't connect with Sarmiento, who's free to come through. Hansen into the wing. Lars Christiansen, this time he does it. Sierra comes forward, and the veteran winger lobs him. Delight for the Danish fans. First goal for him from 3 attempts. What an amazing record Lars Christiansen has there with 1,475 goals. And he said before the championship started, he's hungry for more all the time. He can't wait to get on the court and play. Shot efficiency coming up for Denmark. It's at 53%, but still short of Spain's 62. Little swap over. Makeda. Cañelas makes his entrance and gets his first shot, but to no effect. Cañelas, 25-year-old from Atletico Madrid, and Denmark bring the ball up slowly. They like to hit them on phase 1 attacks, phase 2 attacks, but Spain are just not allowing it. If they do lose the ball, and that was probably a good example of where they gave a chance to Denmark, they fall back so quickly that the Danes can't get that in. So we're past the 20-minute mark then in the first half. Mogensen in on the line. Still Denmark trail by the single goal, 9-10. Spain looking to avenge last year's World Championship semi-final defeat, although they've done some of that already by beating the Danes in Denmark last November in the Super Cup. That's come out of Sierra. It'll be a throw-in for Denmark. Moros, what a great player he is. Just working like a Trojan in the centre of this extended 3-2-1 defence. You can see how the number 2 players push out and then have to drop back. Well, no way through for Mogensen, who's hooked Makeda on the way through. Mogensen again, tries the shot. Whistle goes for the free throw, just as the ball fell kindly for Toft Hansen on the line for the rebound. Well, they're teeing up a big shot here, I wonder. Hansen. Well, he doesn't even jump, tries to lob it, and lucky break as they all wrestle for the ball. It's Toft Hansen who walks away with it. Lauga over the top, but he's pushed in the act of shooting by Ugalde. Sent the winger flying in the process, and passive play now being warned against the Danes. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Hansen again. Mogensen blocked at the second attempt. Time and again, Moros is there blocking the shots when they are coming in. And they have run out of time in the end. Great defence by Spain. Little handoff, cuts back towards the middle. Now the Danes, who lost to the host Serbia in the preliminary stages, 22-24. Before, so managing to lose to Poland rather, and they came into the main round with 0 points. Their only win of the preliminary stages against Slovakia was a scraped win, really, and Slovakia went out of the competition, so the result wasn't carried. Tomas, not up to his usual standards there. The Barcelona winger puts it way past the corner bar. But the main thing for Denmark is when they got into the main round, they really got going. They had a very lucky win against Macedonia with the scores all tied and Lazarov shooting with 5 seconds on the clock. Landin made a fantastic save. Hansen on the ensuing rebound put the ball straight down to Lindberg, who scored the winner as the buzzer went. Heartbreak for Macedonia, but what a let-off that was. That was absolutely critical in booking their semi-final spot as they went on to win the next 2 matches against Germany and Sweden. Mogensen, 2 minute suspension. Makeda looks absolutely bemused. And we'll see the replay in a second. Not happy with the call. He's going to have to live with it. Let's have a look again. There he goes out. And I have to say, he's got a point. I mean, he's pushing. Absolutely, he's pushing. If anything, it's Ugalde who's caught him high. And Wielbeck, though, says, I want him off. And he got his wish. Coming up to 24 minutes played. Spain still lead 10-9. We've had a bit of a barren spell now with the scoring. No goal for some 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Mortensen. Sonogor's come back into the frame and they've lost possession. They went out of play, says the referee from Slovenia. Lindberg looks back, doesn't agree entirely, it looks like, but the referee was right there to see it. Well, a great start by the Spaniards to race into a 7-3 lead. Things have settled a little bit more here, but they still just about hold the initiative here. Cañelas into the winger. That came off the foot of a defender. I think, no, it didn't, obviously, because it's been given as a throw-in. Wielbeck looks to the clock. How much time are you going to allow them? They're short-handed. Is it passive play? They're going across. Cañelas. Ugalde, they're not shooting. The arm's got to go up soon. Free throw. Slovenian referees here allowing a long time for the Spaniards. Passive play finally warned now. The arm goes up. Ah, beautiful play, but Landon, great save, and this could be the first break for Denmark in the match. It could be, except that Mortensen puts a dreadful pass over the top of Lindberg, and that's his reaction to his own mistake. It's the first fast break in the game for them, and they've mismanaged it. 4.5 minutes remaining then in the first half. 8 turnovers suffered by Denmark. Uncharacteristically high, it has to be said. 4 for Spain. Free throw. Urbindo goes down. Well, Spain, unlike the Danes, who spluttered early on, really started well with a win against the defending champions France on the opening day. Bit of a surprise when they drew with Hungary the following match, but then restored order with a big win over the Russians. Into the line, free throw again. And then in the main round, the Spaniards won everything. They beat Croatia, that was a big win for them, and then Iceland. And in fact, by then they'd already booked their ticket for the semi-final with a match to spare. Although they still beat Slovenia in the last game. And they do remain the only undefeated team in the competition. Still, the Danish fans are smiling though. They're enjoying it here in Belgrade. Let's wait and see what it's like though in 40 minutes. Oh. Long-range effort tried there, and that goes sailing over the top, and a change between the Toft Hansen brothers. René is back on again for the attack. And Hansen being given a break as well as he shifts off to the left-hand side. That's maybe not such a break from the central duties. Lauga, oh, living dangerously there, Hansen, especially with such a deep defense. Lauga, Mortensen, and you can see how every time they get the ball, there's someone pressuring them. Not only that, but there's someone pressuring the next player they want to pass to. And it makes them make poor decisions, the Danes, at the moment. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Passive play being warned against the Danes yet again. Hansen looks to the line, he's done it. Great one-handed catch by Toft Hansen. And they've leveled the score. And it brings to an end a near 8-minute spell with no goals in the game. Spaniards still trying to find solutions to kickstart their scoring as well. They went into a 7-3 lead, they've now conceded a 7-3 reverse. Sarmiento is on to try and add a bit of pace. Cañelas, great shot, but unfortunately the direction's poor. 25-year-old from Atletico Madrid, not really challenging landing. And Sunagor is back on at the right back, and Wilbeck is trying to spread the game now. He needs his wingers to go wide. And the Spanish defence incredibly deep now. It's a 3-3 effectively, with two players outside the, or three rather, outside the 9-metre line. They drop back, they're forced to. Attacking foul by Lauga. Sarmiento, that's gone off a defender. I think Hansen may have tweaked it, or was it Nielsen on the way out? And Wilbeck trying to get instructions out to his players. So the Spaniards resume. No goal in nearly 10 minutes for Spain. But then again, that's an attacking foul by Cañelas. But then again, they have only they scored once in 10 minutes. That's going to be a penalty. Lars Christiansen fouled and Thomas is off. Rather crude shove on the Danish captain, who's still down. Seems okay though. Tough old boot. Well, very sportingly, Victor Thomas comes over to apologise. Caught him with a slap from behind, and I think then just nicked his leg as he was going through. So Valero Rivera still struggling to find the attack solutions. His team now pretty much 10 minutes without scoring. The Danes, this could only be their second goal in 10 minutes, mind you. Eggert. Beautifully done. Sierra came a long way forwards and flicks it. And Denmark lead for the first time since they were 1-0 up right at the beginning of the game, with that opening goal from Lindberg, and we're well inside the last minute before the half-time break. Spain still short-handed, remember. Thomas sent off. The team timeout called by Valero Rivera.
Team timeout requested by Team Spain.
What they could really do with the Spaniards is a little bit more long-range shooting, because both the Entre Rios brothers and also, at the moment, Cañelas are struggling with the 9 or 10-metre shooting. And the Danish defence is being very mobile and blocking their attempts at breaking through. Even Sarmiento, who's pretty quick, and you'd expect to see him come through, has not been able to. And so Spain, who looked majestic and in control, their defence is working. In that respect, it's a very low-scoring first half. 11-10 by comparison to some games. But both teams are defending well. It's just they are struggling to break through, and the Danes have begun to find solutions. And they've had a couple of fast breaks. One of them they messed up, one of them they got a penalty on the back of. So Gurbindo tees up at the right back. No line player. Ugalde on the far side. Garcia Parondo on the right wing, and they'll need to drive in behind, because otherwise the Danish defence will just shut the door on them. 20 seconds to go. Ugalde goes in. Little swap over. Sarmiento, no way through. Garcia comes around, and that's too many steps. Denmark on the break, maybe. 6 seconds. That's going to be a free throw. Hansen wants the ball back quickly. There won't be time, I'm afraid. It's going to be a direct throw. He was trying to allow himself at least to get a pass and a jump. So will they bring Markussen in? No, Hansen will just stay on and have a blast. They looked tentative on that fast break. I have to say, as if the solutions weren't there and the wingers just weren't there to support them. Oh, he scored! Look at that. Hansen turns to his teammates and goes, how about that then? What a finish. And the wall. Who went wrong? Where's the gap? Right through the hands.
The halftime score is 12-10 for Denmark.
Oh, I may think that might have been Ugalde standing there. It went right through his hands, and Denmark have a 12-10 lead. A little bit unexpected at the end there. Puts a smile on Hansen's face. First time in the first half. He is smiling, actually. Well, a game of great defense so far, really. The shooting has been the issue here. And the Spaniards now struggling with the long-range shooting. And there's confirmation, 45% success rate with their shooting. Spain, Denmark, 52%. But look how few attacks are succeeding with goals. 38% of Spain's attack resulting in goals, 44 for Denmark. But 3 fast breaks for Spain, only 2 for Denmark with 1 success only. And I think that's charitable because that was the penalty and it didn't score. Mortensen top scoring for Denmark with 3, but otherwise the goal scoring for both teams spread out amongst them. But it has been low scoring because of this defensive prowess of the two teams. And look at that huge spell at the end, a 10-minute spell where only the Danes score, but the Spaniards, they've run out of solutions. They're not getting the goals away at all at the moment. And they've got to come out fighting with the long-range shots in the second half. Let's see then where they came in from. And for Denmark, it's a penalty, a fast break. Otherwise, it's pretty much down the middle, with 1 from the left wing and 1 right back shot. That was Mortensen's, while Spain, 3 fast breaks, 1 penalty, and they too straight down the middle. Nothing else is succeeding for them at the moment. So in a semi-final dominated by defence, Denmark lead 12-10. We'll take a short break, but join us again for the second half in just a few moments.